flapping your gums with Vinny and Hessie. Yeah.
All right, here we are. Welcome back. This is episode 6. I'm Hessie. This is Vinny, and we're happy to be back with you guys. We've been on the hiatus a little bit. We tried to get some stuff going earlier, but it doesn't always quite work out as you plan or want to do it. I feel like we had the Super Bowl and then President's Day. So I mean that put us a little bit, not that that's what's put us behind, but we were gonna try. I know the one week, Super Bowl weekend, we was gonna be off on that one. Then we tried to get it going the following. Sorry, I was yelling at the dog right there. So I was like trying to do it all quiet, but well, yeah. So Vinny, how just quick, like the Super Bowl went good.
Super Bowl went great.
Any bets?
Yeah, no bets. I didn't do any bets. No squares. I didn't do any squares. I just told my son. I said, hey. I said the Chiefs are going to win by 3 when I dropped him off at his little Super Bowl party, but that was the only thing I had. There was no
comment there.
Yeah, that was
we
it.
had some squares. Some people come over. I won a couple quarters, so that was pretty cool. I got accused of cheating, which I don't know how you cheated squares, but Braxton.
You make them yourself.
Yeah.
Well, you swap them out. They didn't see
they
the
didn't
numbers.
see the numbers that were getting picked or whatever. And Alexa was drawing them out of the hat, so that was all good. Yeah. Well, okay. So then, the last time we were on, we were going over all our Desert Storm combat van, which is now Icedream. So
That's
we
right.
had talked about that, and so basically what it was is we kind of gave you guys all the rundown of what it looked like. I guess starting out, what it looked like was this Desert Storm, like you were talking about, the Desert Storm rig, where it was just straight up this brown, like tan. It was like a tan with these brown spots on it, combat ready to, run in the troops to the front line type thing, armored looking thing. I remember it kind of had like these custom wheels. I don't even know if they were custom, probably what came with it, but they were like these spoked wheels or something.
Yeah, they're aluminum. Yeah, they had some.
Yeah, so I mean that they're probably worth more now than the van ever was. But
they're gone.
So we were gonna shoot it earlier last week, but my co podcaster, I'm not gonna mention any names, but was to get me a video.
Yeah, I slacked on getting you the video. That was my bad. We did another DIY project, so I ended up not getting over there in time. It got dark.
I did. Okay. Yeah. So that kind of puts there, but we do have it. So
we do have video.
I don't
yes.
know if video. So that'll way Vinny. We can get Vinny. You can start getting that queued up.
I got it.
And I don't know.
I'm ready to go.
That mic is close to your mouth. I feel like it's a hair quieter.
I've got it right up against my mouth. John told me I got to talk louder. You want me to talk? I can just talk louder.
No, I think we're okay. Maybe it's just the audio on I'll check on my headphones as we keep going.
My mustachio's touching it, so.
My mustache. So, I think Vinny has we're going to try this out. So, for the listeners, we have a YouTube channel, The Flapping Your Gums, over on YouTube. And so what we're going to do is Vinny's going to walk us through this video that he has, and then I'm going to put it on our YouTube channel.
So, yeah, if you want to see the Icedream van, go over to YouTube and check it out.
Yeah. So I think we're going to kind of start doing that one. I want to try to probably get like a email set up too for comments and all that stuff, because emails of people, different things like that. And I'm going to I'll shoot it out there. We're just going to do flapping your gums@yahoo.com. So I'm going to try to get that. I don't see anybody that would have that actual one. So that's the one we're going to go with, flappingyourgums@yahoo.com. So you guys can try that out. Send us some emails or, comments and stuff that we talk about, that that we ask questions about. Maybe you guys have some answers for. We got a couple stuff that'll be coming up on this episode that we definitely like some feedback. But so, Vinny, if you are ready,
I'm ready.
Then he is going to walk you through this video of the Stormtrooper, aka Icedream, Hesse family wagon. So here we go.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah. So it's a 1978 Ford Econoline. The Children Crossing stickers that are on the front there, they've been on there since I started it 6 years ago, so looks like I need some new ones. That slow sign used to be the same color, pink, but it's in the shape of a stop sign, so people stopped all the time, so I had to change it to yellow. I4 Media, shout out to I4 Media. They got me those vinyl stickers that say Icedream on there. In the back here, we have the spare tire. We're going to talk about that when we're done showing you this video. We got vinyl stickers I put on magnets. So when I run out of that particular product, I take it off. I put it on the inside, stick it to the freezer that's on the inside there. Try to go for a little waffle cone effect. Richfield City does have a little 7-page pamphlet on things you can and can't do in the town here. You're not supposed to have any rust. I used right there in that spot, used to have some Gorilla Tape that I painted over, but it looks like it needs to be redone also. So I got the freezer in there. There's some of the products I don't have, and the shag carpet, those 2 captain's chairs, driver, passenger seat. There used to be 2 more here, and in the very back used to have that bench that dropped down into a bed. And it was, it was pretty interesting on all the stuff that we used to have to go through when we went on road trips, and the seat covers that were felt like burlap and whatnot that were on there. So that's the gist of the Icedream ice cream truck right there for you guys.
Boom, there you go. Yeah. I think it used to have a ladder that ran up the back end or something like that, so you get some roof access for shooting squirrels or whatever. I don't know why you needed roof access on that thing. And then they had a
tire cover.
I don't know how to. It was like yellow. So they painted. So the color he has now, it was the Desert Storm. Then it went to like we talked about with that forest green. When I think we talked about it in the last episode.
Well, if not, we're talking about it now. Forest green.
Went to forest green, and it had this yellow, just like this yellow silhouette thing. I think it had like a cactus and like a pterodactyl on it. I don't know, freaking some weird thing.
Maybe a buzzard. I don't know.
A buzzard, sure, yeah.
But it was
vulture, I think is what the word we're looking for. But it probably got it it was on sale, clearance, yard sale, thrift store.
J.C. Whitney. It was J.C. Whitney. That's where Dad got everything. Was
Hobo
J.C.
Freight.
Whitney.
Could have been a Hobo Freight. I don't know. I don't even know if they sell things like that, or if there was even around at the time. Hobo. I guess it's not Hobo Freight. That's probably a bad. It's called
it's Harbor Freight. Harbor Freight.
I shouldn't complain. Like, we get a lot of stuff from it. Like, I mean, we got some.
I got a nail gun right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, framing gun. Framing
air,
nail gun.
like air.
Yep, I got a framing gun.
That's cool.
Nice.
That's cool. I mean, I get a lot of stuff from Dad, like the little trinket stuff, but the big one was that dolly, I guess you'd call it, like foldable
the Milwaukee dolly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's right here. I got it sitting right over here by me.
Yeah.
Right
so
now.
I thought for 100 years, I'm like, what am I going to do with this? I mean, it's cool. I'm like, that's awesome. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Shout out. But
yeah,
I was like, okay, I'm just going to set this in the garage and
watch it
probably
collect
never
dust.
use it, and dude, I used it a couple weeks ago. Imagine
Nice.
that. Like,
Nice.
Yeah, who would have thought?
Yeah.
I mean, I just didn't want to manhandle. I got a pan delivered, a shower pan, So it's
Right.
big. It's like 48 by 34 or whatever, and they're not light by any means. So they had it out here, and I was like, oh, hey, I got this foldable dolly. So I took all I think it had like a little piece of paper
And some
labeling
zip ties.
thing
Yeah,
on it.
yeah.
Some zip ties, cut them all off, dude, and trolleyed that thing right into the garage. So
Nice.
at least I got a use out of it. So that's cool.
That is way cool. That is way
Yeah.
cool. I mean, I know I've gotten one of those. I don't know what they're called. It's a little vibrating, like little saw. You know.
This show's with this kid appropriate. So I'm not sure where
Yeah,
you're going with
yeah.
that.
The little oscillating saw. You know, you cut like your trim. It's got the little flat blade on it. I've
Oh
got
yeah,
the one that Mom and
okay.
Dad got me from Harbor Freight on that too. I use it
Yeah,
all
so
the time.
for cutting like baseboard and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's got the
oscillating
flat-
saw.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's oscillating. Yeah,
I think it's oscillating.
is it oscillating?
I think that sounds right. I don't think it's oscillating.
Well, maybe it's German. I don't know. Russian oscillating. I don't know.
Oscillating.
Dude,
It's got oscillating saw.
oscillating. I don't know. Whatever it is. Okay.
But I've gone through so many.
Yeah, they're
blades
great.
on that
I
thing.
love those things. I used them when I was doing that shower pan and stuff
Yeah.
like that. You can buy a diamond blade, a diamond bit for it and cut grout and stuff.
That's perfect.
It's only made to do a few, like not
I think
37.
spray a little water
cuts.
on it. It might last a little longer.
Yeah, and I should have took the saw to it and just dusted the place out. So that was a bad idea with a concrete blade.
Get out of my way. I got
Yeah,
it.
oscillating.
Oscillating.
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
we did talk about movies, not on the podcast, but we were talking about them while we were driving around. And I know you actually just watched World War Z a couple days ago on my recommendation.
I did. Yeah, it was a pretty good one. Like
Yeah.
I'm like
Yeah.
it was far
I mean,
better.
it's definitely not as good as Skyscraper, but
Yeah, for sure. Not yeah.
It's an ongoing joke.
He's joking. There's sarcasm in that, in case anybody's listening, because I would hate for you to go and waste any amount of your time watching that movie. And, like, I would feel terrible that you even like.
so tell them.
Even the
tell 'em-
trailer. I'd feel bad if
Oh,
you even watched the trailer. Like it would be a painful thing for me to know that you wasted 2.5 minutes of your life.
So tell them 5 years ago that I recommended this gorgeous,
That's not gorgeous.
Rock
and I don't know
movie.
how many years ago it was, but it still hurts today. So it doesn't matter if it was 6 months ago or 5 years ago. That movie, it's still painful to know. I still didn't get that time back.
No,
You see,
no,
no.
you didn't get that time back. Not at
Well,
all.
speaking of movies, so like Netflix, dude, I get this. This is where I want to hear other people. It's got to be a thing. Like other people, it has to happen to. Like you and I were talking.
Oh, I know.
The Netflix, it is. I'm not going to say stressful, but I'm going to say it's exhausting. To where I feel like I watched 37 movies in a night. This just happened to me the other night. That's why I'm bringing it up too. So like, I'll just sit there, and I'm looking, and there's so many movies, so many, and it's like, and this is on all different kind of movie platforms. You know what I mean? It doesn't necessarily like promote Netflix only. Like Prime Video is the same. I don't do much on Hulu, but Prime Video is the same way. You get on there, and I'll just be like filing through, and there's so many movies. Then I'll be like, oh, this one's out. Let's see this one, and I'll play the trailer,
Right.
or I'll let it
Got
play through. I think if you
Right.
can just leave it on there,
Yes.
it'll
play
just
the trailer.
automatically go to
Yeah.
it. Even
Yeah.
easier, right? So soon I'm laying there and I'm falling asleep. And I'm like, what in the world? I feel like I've just watched 37 movies because I've seen trailers for all of them. I still
Right.
have yet to pick one. And then I turn it off and go to bed.
Yeah. Without picking
2
them up.
hours later.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. Well,
I
good.
did it
I'm
last
glad I'm not
night.
the only one. Yeah. Last night you did it?
Yeah, last night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think
By
I
the time-
was on one and I was going through it. This I was telling you, and I started to watch the movie called The Beast.
Right. I almost
with the
watched that one
lion.
today. Yeah.
Yeah, with the lion and that, and like the family did their thing and stuff. It was like a family going on a trip or something. But by then I was already too tired. I'd watched 37 movies prior to that, at
Right.
least the trailers, and I just fell asleep. I actually woke up and the TV was on, which I don't always turn it off. And like I probably the movie was still going, so I hadn't fallen asleep. Like I just dozed off basically.
Right. But you don't know how long. You don't know what
I
happened
don't know if
before you
something,
got. You can't start watching it now.
Loud noise or something or whatever. But I like kind of woke up and I was like, whoa, I fell asleep right there. Oh well, turn it off and went to bed. But yeah, the whole Netflix that stuff is pretty wild. So it happened to you last night?
Yeah, it did. I don't know. I think I've picked Red Notice. Picked Red Notice last night, and
I like that. It's a good one. It's pretty good. But you like Ryan Reynolds a lot.
I do. Ryan Reynolds is a good actor. I like his shows. I mean, I'll even watch. Well, not anymore, but when Green Lantern came out, I watched it and I was like, oh, it's okay. But
that's one of his not the best movies, but
it wasn't no Skyscraper. It was still a little above Skyscraper. Yeah, it was.
So, okay, so top 5. His movies got to be in your top 5.
I don't have
5
him
to 10.
in my
I feel like
top
if you
5.
say, oh, let's do a top
It's
10
too
movie,
hard.
then it ends up being like top 15 or 20. Then it's like a huge thing. Like basically,
It is.
We'd
It's
have to do a
big.
remote thing and set it up on a board and do a big old scale version of it. But I think like your top 5. Would you think your top 5 movies are?
Well, I have a movie from when I was a young teenager because I was a Michael J. Fox fan. I liked Michael J. Fox's movies.
So
I
it's
mean,
probably
yeah,
black and white.
No, it wasn't black and white, but I mean, you got all your Back to the Futures were good, but the one that really stuck out to me, and people ask me, I'm like, yeah, it's My Secret to Success, is what it was called. It's called My Secret to Success, or My Secret Success. I don't remember. I mean, it was one of his. He was young, and like it was a good feel-good movie of like some, when you're trying to figure out what you want to do in life and all that kind of stuff. But it was pretty good. And not a lot of people know about it. Not a lot of people remember
I've
it.
never even heard of it.
I know, and you've watched just as many movies as I have.
I've seen quite a few.
But-
The other day I was sitting there with Tasha, and she's like, just pick one. I go, the crazy thing is, I go, watch this. And she's like, I'm all, seen it. Seen it. Skip 2 of them. Seen it. Seen. She's like, good golly. I'm all, yeah. When you're laying there twitching, sleeping on me, drooling, like I'm watching movies. And the thing about it is, now this on my thing is I have to, if it's nighttime and it's later in the night and I got to go to bed, you know what I mean? Like at a decent time, say, I have to find a movie that I'm not going to want to watch the whole thing, or that I've seen quite a few times. Like if it's a new one and I'm like, oh man, this looks like a good one, I will purposely skip it. Or if it's one of the, like a series, that's
a
like
trilogy,
Row or,
Oh, you mean like a TV series?
Yeah, like if it's a TV series. So say if it's a series that I've been watching or have seen before and they came out like season 2 or whatever have you.
Right.
I will intentionally not watch it at nighttime, or if it's not like a weekend, because, dude, I'll stay up. I mean, I clearly know that I can stop the movie, go to sleep, and get it the next day, but I won't. I'll just stay up watching the whole freaking thing until the end, and then I look at the clock and I'm like, golly, why did I do that? I could have just stopped it and went to bed and finished picking it up the next day. Or I'm watching an episode. And my thing is, Natasha loves this, is I'll be watching an episode and I'll finish an episode and I have to start the next episode.
Start it.
And then I can stop it.
Whoa, no.
And then I'll go to sleep.
No.
But I don't finish the episode and then just stop it.
Yeah.
I like to kind of know, like, get the pickup of when it's going into the next one. I'll watch it for like 5 to 7 minutes and then I'll shut her down.
No.
Yeah, talking about it, that's going to drive somebody who's OCD nuts.
I'll shut it off. Like the episode's over, doom, it's it. I don't want to start another one.
Because you'll watch the whole next
I'll
one,
watch the whole thing, yeah. Well, it's just like Red Notice last night. I've seen it 2 times. Last night was like the 3rd time. And I'm sitting there dozing off, and I'm forcing myself to stay up to watch it because I got to finish it.
Yeah, clearly you could just start it the next day. Finish it
I
the
could.
next day.
Yeah. Any
Oh, yeah, I
movie that
get
I've
it.
seen already, like just any of the movies that I think are good, like World War Z. It's like if I start it, I'm gonna finish it. I can't just be like,
You
oh,
probably
it's just
shouldn't watch that one at
finish it.
night anyway. It's not going to help you go to sleep.
Oh, it's not that bad.
It's jumpy. They definitely do a good jumpy part.
It's a little
So,
jumpy.
I had the surround sound, right? And that's why I was
Okay.
watching it is in the living room. So I
All
did
right.
I say the autonomous, some people say it, but it's the Dolby 7.1
Okay.
autonomous sound. Like I wired my whole house up when I built this thing, and it rips, dude. It rumbles and it pops. And so it's a quiet movie in the
Until
sense
it's
of,
not.
yeah, and they intentionally it's done that way. I understand that part of it. But dude, you'll be sitting there and all of a sudden it hammer, dude, it just bangs. Dude, boom, and you're just like, oh, the pictures on the wall rattle, and then all of a sudden it's like quiet again. So you got to be careful because at first if it comes out and it's all quiet, you're like, oh, I got to turn this up. I can't hardly even hear it.
Right.
And then something like that happens, and you end up wearing wine. So because that happened. So Tosh and I were dating, and I've always been a surround sound guy, and I like that stuff. So that's why she was totally cool with me dropping some coin on putting this thing in. And she had never really done surround sound stuff at all. Like, she was never into HD. She's just like, what is the difference? And I'm like, woman, watch your tongue. Because it's like standard definition to high definition to, whatever. Like, and now, dude, she'll be like, oh, what is this? This isn't HD. This is garbage. You know what I mean? Now it's like a big old thing.
Is this VHS? What is this?
Yeah, it's exactly that. She's just like, oh, why does the channel look so crappy? I'm like, I don't know. It's the channel. But so she was sitting there, and I'm pretty sure it was a glass of wine or something. And we were watching TV and laying there, and on the couch. And she had picked it up and was holding it while we were watching this movie. I can tell you the exact movie. It was I Am Legend.
Oh, good.
And you know how they're driving out in the SUV to get out of town or whatever? Like, it's kind of towards the beginning of the movie, but the zombie stuff has started. And that zombie runs and smacks into the side of the SUV and, like, breaks the window or whatever. It's at that point she jumps, screams, and wine dribbles down onto the top of my head. And I'm like, what the jeez? I'm like, let's put that down. Let's not be doing that.
It's perfect.
Oh, yeah. So World War Z, that's pretty good. So your back to the top 5. So you're thinking, and okay, so if you do pick, you can
If I pick my 5.
If you can pick one that's like if it's a trilogy, I guess you would call it. You know what I mean? Like Lord of the Rings. It's like, I would consider that as a trilogy. So you got like,
That's
you
one.
can say, oh, I like the Lord of the Rings. It's not going to take 3 spots. That's just a 1-spotter.
I do the Gerard Butler. Olympus Has Fallen, London, and Angel Has Fallen. That one. I could watch those every night.
Those
If
are
it's
good.
like, just pick one that and it's a good movie, so you're
Yeah.
not going to be disappointed.
True.
That Six Underground, the Netflix movie Six Underground, it's got Ryan Reynolds. Like, that one's a pretty. I'm really hoping they make a second one because it was decent.
When did they
I
make
liked
the
it.
first one?
Poof, it's been a couple years.
I probably ain't making a second one. Sorry,
I don't
pal.
know. And then I do have Maverick, Top Gun. The Top Gun movies
There's
are
2 of those. They can count.
There's 2 of those. But this last one,
I agree.
dude,
That's in my top 5.
Yeah, and then the new Star Trek movies with Chris Pine. I could do Star Trek.
Well, you definitely get a lot in on that one. I think there's like 7 of them.
No, the new ones
6,
don't have
4.
7.
How many?
Not the new ones.
How many has he got?
He's got
4?
3.
3. Ooh, you banked in some movies, dude. Your first pick's a triple. The other one's a triple, double. That's 8 movies. Spot of 5.
Yeah. No.
That's pretty good.
I like movies.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all good. Like you said, even the Lord of the Rings.
My one in my top 5. It's crazy because there was another one. Somebody was saying something, but like Maverick, dude, I like Maverick, especially more now with I got a buddy Lee, who's like legit. He's a fighter pilot,
Right.
Rad dude, just like phenomenal pilot, and he's flown those jets, So he's
Right.
like legit.
And
the
didn't they record
Maverick,
some of the
you know.
Top Gun out there in Nevada?
So they did some.
Out
Yeah,
there
they
by
did a
you?
lot of in Fallon. Like Tom Cruise was out here,
Yeah.
out at the Fallon Navy Station. And,
Nice.
Yeah, they did a lot of scenes and that kind of stuff out here, which is super rad. It's cool for our town.
I know when I watched the movie, I'm like, ooh, I think I've gone coyote hunting over there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they fly over. Yeah. Oh yeah. So that part's cool, like knowing somebody, and then just knowing that they do that stuff, and it's pretty rad. Some of the pictures you sent me are pretty. I'm like, dude, you need to watch where you're going. Take no selfies up there. 700 miles an hour, sending me a selfie.
There's no
One time I
traffic,
called him and he's
fine.
like, dude, you can't. I called him. Sometimes I like to annoy him pretty good. So I'll call him and he doesn't answer, or like it goes right to voicemail, and I'm like, oh no. So I'll call it like back to back, call him,
Right.
and then he'll answer, and he was like, dude, why are you calling me when I'm working? I go, why aren't you answering? Why are you ignoring me? And he's like, dude, you can't be calling me when I'm laying down cover fire for the Marines. I'm like, how do you even have self-service when this is happening right now? Like, put that thing on Do Not Disturb. So that part's cool. Like,
Yeah.
you didn't see that in the movie. Him sitting
Like,
there
hey,
on
can
the
you
phone.
FaceTime me while you do it next time? Come on, FaceTime.
Chatting it up with his best friend. Be like, dude, yeah, you eat your heart out, Tom Cruise. Suck it.
Wow.
We do cooler stuff. But yeah. So, okay. And then we did have a comment on with the Icedreams thing. I didn't mean to get off on the movie tangent, but movies are cool. I love them. And I just want to know what your top 5 were. Or apparently you got like top 5 and you got able to get like
dude,
9 in there.
I've
So
got
you
20
rocked
written
it.
down on my paper
Holy.
right now.
We'll save them. That way if we get some comments or get some movie stuff rolling, we can pick some more stuff up out of there. We had a listener hit us up on YouTube. That's why I wanted to do that email, the flappingyourgums@yahoo.com, because I can't see on the other platforms if they do comment. I don't know if you can, but on YouTube you can. So we've gotten a couple. Like we got a comment about with the public lands, and the comment, the young man was like, hey, yeah, having private property, it is pretty nice, like, I'm not going to lie. And I'm like, oh, I'm sure it is, when we were talking about the feeders going off,
Right.
time thing, and just wait for the animal to come in. So we had a comment with the old Icedreams, and this one might be a good one too. You could do like ice cream and karaoke.
Right.
Because he said he was able to put in a request, and you guys were cranking out some Metallica, smashing on some SpongeBob's or something.
Yeah.
I think
we
is that
definitely did
ice cream, SpongeBob?
There's a SpongeBob face bar. Yes, there is.
Yeah. So maybe it was that and Metallica. Rock on.
Yeah. It's all treble.
Yeah.
It's just playing out of that PA.
Well, it's no good thing it ain't rap. Good thing they didn't request rap.
I don't
They
think I
got no
have any of
bump.
that on my
Got no bump.
What is it, an iPod Nano? I don't have anything on the Nano.
So I don't know if we talked about that, but for you younger generations, iPod Nano, it solely plays music. That's it. There's no internet.
That's it.
Is there a screen on it?
Yeah. You can
got
look
the
at your
high-tech one.
No, you can look at you got to look at your folders, but yeah, it's it.
Oh, it's colored?
No,
Oh,
it's just
no,
black.
not colored.
It's got like the blue line. It's got the blue bar that when you select your folder, it's like, oh, this folder's 103 songs of music. This one's I got 5 songs of Ice Cream Truck. So I just go to that playlist. You can select the playlist, but yeah, you have to still plug it into your computer and download your MP3 file onto the Nano. Yeah, there's no just downloading it.
There's no Wi-Fi or nothing.
You
For
gotta
that thing
hook it
link up to nothing.
Yeah, and once we get this email set up, we gotta see if anybody's got one of those old Apple chargers that's like an inch wide. Those, because that's what this thing runs off of, and they're hard to find.
Yeah,
I mean, they're almost
I
an
think
antique
they're
now.
nuclear, so they had to get rid of them. Causing cancer, probably.
Right.
Everything causes cancer.
Oh man.
Good grief.
But
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
no, I remember that day. I was over in Moroni, Mr. Cheney there. He was asking me to play some
Holler.
Some
I don't know if he
Metallica.
wants his name out. It's out there now.
Oh, he does.
What
he
up?
does. Party animal.
He's commented a couple times, so he's on it. I like
He's
it.
on
He's
it.
one of our
He's
followers
awesome.
for sure. So you got a new route. We talked. You got a new. So Vinny drives for UPS, and they can bid on routes, and so they'll get another route.
He's
And so
going to be
Vinny
one of
got
the
a new
guys that's
one.
upset I left. So
Oh, see, that's a bummer. Well, sorry.
It is a bummer.
Cheney.
Cheney, yeah.
Sorry, Cheney, that he went somewhere else. He might be back. Who knows?
It could be pronounced Cheney, but I'm not
Cheney,
sure.
Cheney. But he seems like a cool dude. He's hit us up a few times. So thanks for listening and following along on our little endeavor here.
Yeah.
So this is I want to bring up. So Vinny.
Changing routes. Yeah.
Changing routes, and because I'm just gonna go right into it. It's a thing like I don't know if you always talk about it. We may always do, but this guy poops anywhere. I mean, it's just like I don't even know what else. Like he's like Bane, my mastiff pit dog. He just goes just wherever he's at, and he's got to go. He just lets it go. So there's certain, and then we can get feedback on this too, because I'm sure there's got to be different. I mean that there's different. I don't know what poopers out there. You know what I mean?
Well,
like because I understand yours. Like you just can't go and do it wherever you want. Like I have the luxury of running back to my house,
driving home. Yeah.
No, I didn't used to. So there was with the work that I have, we have our shop and we have a perfectly functioning nice bathroom, but then like we got this landscaper that got hired on, and that dude just defiles ours, and so now there's like this thing went off, and I'm just like now I don't want to go. I don't want to poop in that toilet, dude. It's disgusting. And it gets cleaned, like the cleaning people come and clean it and all that stuff. Anyways, so I'll go home, and I'm usually on a pretty good reg, so I usually don't have to leave the house any. But Vinny here, it's probably a good thing you did leave the route that you left, because that poor mail lady at the post office.
I know.
When you, because I told him, I've been on the phone with him, guys, and when. So dude, people are probably like, oh my gosh, you guys sit there and talk while you're pooping. It's like, yeah, I mean, it's perfect time. What else are you gonna put on the podcast? You know, we're talking business here. And so if they can hear you, if you can hear them on the other side of the wall, they can hear you on the other side of the wall. It's like a two-wayer. And
I agree.
So tell them.
I agree.
That, and then you had to start getting your own stuff.
I bought my own poopery and left it at the post office for my personal
So this
use.
lady clearly knows what you're coming to do.
I agree.
Daily.
I mean, it's almost daily. It wasn't okay. It was pretty close. But yeah, no, I had a couple spots on that route that I felt comfortable and it felt clean enough to do. But now I'm on.
So
this new route.
how nervous does that come into play? Like, how nervous do you get? You're like, oh man, I'm going on this new route. Like, where am I gonna crap?
Oh yeah, I had to scope it out for the first week or so. I had to try to find.
You just held it?
I didn't hold it. No, I mean, if I have to, I'll go to the gas station. It's what it is. But no, I found a good bathroom there in Loa. That's got it's an out. You know, you enter from the outside, so I'm not defiling anybody's eardrums or noses or anything like that.
Nobody's in there buying a pack of gummy worms, and
no, nobody's in there. No.
Oh
Yeah.
dear
Wow.
Lord!
Yeah, so
I had Lynn's sushi. Sorry.
Oh, dude, don't knock Lynn's sushi.
Oh gosh, this guy eats sushi from
It's a
convenience
grocery store.
Or grocery
store.
Still, yeah, it's just like, so if you guys ever think what could go wrong, yeah, I think the same way. I mean,
every time I tell you
sushi.
I got sushi, you're like, from Lynn's.
Oh,
like, where else am I supposed to get it?
Dude, sushi. So granted, folks, this is Utah. Sushi at a grocery store, and Vinny don't get off early.
No,
so he's
I
rolling
don't.
up in
No.
there. It's 8:00 at night. That thing, they'd be sitting in there just
all
getting
day,
ripe
all
for
day,
10 hours. I mean, what could go wrong? Nothing, because you can just stop at the post office and just blow it up for that poor postal lady.
I know.
Does she listen to this?
Bad. She might.
Oh man, I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm truly sorry. I've been on the phone on the other when that's been happening, and I apologize.
Bless
oh man,
you.
I just about sneezed right there, dude. That would have been a loud one. Probably would have scared some people driving their car. Woo.
Yeah. No, it's rough when you drive, 50, 60 miles away from our hub, and then you've got to go on a new route, and only 2 of the towns really have. Hey, good job on the muting of the sneeze. That was awesome. Yeah.
Oh
Woohoo.
man, I couldn't hold it back. So,
But yeah, no, I have 2 main towns. 2 towns that have either a grocery store, gas station, and that's about it. So it's very limited on poop spots, really.
yeah, it's understandable. I mean, I credit you, dude. Good job for really getting out there and
Just pooping it up.
marking your territory.
That's
or
right.
however you-
That's right. That's right.
All right, so we I don't know which way I want to go with this one. So, well, NASCAR went today. That was pretty cool.
NASCAR went last week
NASCAR.
too.
I know, it was Daytona 500 last week.
Daytona 500 last week.
I went and watched that over at Lee in Tori's house.
Did you?
Yeah. What's up, Tori? She's one of our big time listeners too.
Oh, good. Hey,
Lee,
Tori.
I don't
Never
even
met
know
you.
if
It's
Lee
nice to talk to you. I've met Lee a few times, but
Yeah, I don't even know if he listens. So we can talk about him all we want.
that's good.
Tori,
So we could be
gotta
like,
watch
what's
out
up,
for.
Lee?
She's
What's up?
Tori. Yeah.
No, it's like this.
So, but yeah, it's cool. She gives us some good feedback on some stuff, so it's cool. Okay, so I was talking to my buddy. There's been a lot of not for me. Like, I don't know. I'm not like tons into like just sitting there looking on social media, but he has a pretty good following, and so he has been getting. He hit me up and was on this rant about the birthing, like pool birthings, water birthing, water births.
Water births? Okay.
Is that what it would be? I guess I don't. Some of that, I mean, I don't know if it's, and I'm not saying that like. Of course, I'm gonna joke about it, but like all seriousness, like it's cool. Like having a child is rad.
Yes.
I don't fully understand the whole doing it in the water. I don't know if that's for the baby or if that's for the mom. Maybe like keeps everything, softened up. I don't know, like a wet paper towel.
I know
don't
stuff's happened, but I don't have any idea of why.
Yeah, so
No.
I mean, I fully don't know about it. So I guess my go-to is like talk to you about it and joke about it, but I don't know.
I mean, I know.
I just feel like, dude, there's stuff that comes out of you that baby is not in. And I mean, it kind of got me thinking about it because we were talking about poop. Like sometimes they shat while giving birth, and so now now it's in the water.
And maybe they
Now
have
this baby's
a scooper.
coming out in the
they
water.
might have a scooper. Get it out of
What?
the water. I don't know, like fish.
They're just they got somebody
got, like, a
just
little
sitting there
fishnet
all ready
baby.
to.
Why not?
Dude, they got.
I mean-
They're like, okay, here you go, and it's one of them little fish,
Yeah,
little fish
yeah,
things, little fish net, and they're like, you're gonna stay right here, and if something floats up,
gonna get it.
then it's the husband. He's got him a little
He's
like
got a
ugly
job.
stick. He's gonna do him some fishing. I don't know. We're gonna get some ration on
I
this,
don't know.
but like all legitimacy.
Like I don't know
comment
why.
and let
I
us
don't know why.
what it is about. I don't know either. And there's a whole other. Then we got on this whole other thing of the placenta, and then it got weird because the people eat it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what it looks like. I didn't even do like a Google search for anything like that. I'm not sure if I really need to or want to. Like I didn't see it when my child was born, but for people to eat it seems very I guess would be cannibal, like
Primal?
very cannibalism,
Maybe a little primal.
lean into that side of it. You know what I mean? Like, but dude, so then we got on this tangent on that, and then some other people we got involved in this, and they were like,
Well,
yeah, they grind it up and put it in their shakes. So
Oh, whoa.
that's a
Wow.
lot. I know it happens.
I mean, I know
So, I
people
mean,
shoot the deer and kind of do the whole take a bite out of the heart thing or something, don't they? Kind of
I think that's more like
tradition type thing.
traditional ritual type things. I don't know. I'm not sure on that. I don't know. That's not really. I don't know. It seems different. It seems different.
Seems different.
Like I don't. Like
This could
that's
be a
deer,
ritual.
I'm a human. That's a deer.
mean-
I'm a human. Like that's it. Yeah, but a ritual. What? No, I'm gonna take it, dry it up, grind it up, throw it in my protein shake.
Yeah, I mean,
But I think it's for the female. The female does it. So maybe it's like putting it back in. I don't know. Then they were saying, and I don't know if this is true. I wish I had time to look at it. We just got on this big old thing. Thanks a lot, Braxton. I'm going to call out on that because it was a whole thing. Because then that somebody was like, oh, yeah, that you can send it off to a company and they put it in a pill form for you.
and send it back to you?
Send it back to you. You can just pop them daily.
Okay.
Like fish oil, multivitamin. I don't know. So
Ah.
comment, let us know. Like I could be totally off the realm.
Send some to Sean. He'll try him.
This thing, yeah, Vinny, it will be. Vinny.
Whoa,
He's-
I already,
oh, sorry.
I,
No, for real.
I already volunteered
hit
you
that
for that
email
one.
up if I get it up in time. Whatever. Like I'm all down for wondering. So, I mean, I'm joking about it, but I'd have to be pretty hard up. I don't know. Cut up, fry it up. Maybe it's like calamari. I don't know what it looks like. So I kind of, when I was talking about, and there was females there. We were talking about the female thing, and they were
Does this
helping
become
out
a conversation at the gym?
we were not in the gym. No, we were at a birthday party.
Oh,
It
boy.
got weird.
Hey, kids, we're having adult conversations about placentas.
There was a lot of
Go away.
babies there, so
Yeah, okay.
it kind of just rolled with it. Seemed like
Yeah.
it really fit into
It
it.
was
You know what I mean? 1-year-old birthday party. You're talking about
1-year-old
people
birthday party.
eating placenta like calamari, but I don't know. All right, let's move off of that one. Maybe we could go on that one. Man. You could probably stick and talk on that one for 9 or 10 months, but so.
I got a bunch of stuff written down on here that, like, I was laying in bed the other night, and Emily can't go to sleep without watching TV. When we're kind of talking about the movies, it kind of reminded me about it. Like, she'll put on a show, put it on, like, 3, so she can kind of hear it, and then she'll just, I'll try to fall asleep. Like I said, if there's something on, I have to watch it. So I'm sitting there laying there. I'm not watching the TV. I can just hear the show. She's watching The Bachelor. And I'm just like, man, they need to come up with an average Joe Bachelor. None of these male models and female models. And like, there's normal guys out there too. Then I got thinking, ooh, because she said, oh, look at that. Her bikini's up her butt, and I'm just like, yeah, I was, like I said, I wasn't watching stuff. And then I got thinking.
Wait, are you sleeping and she's talking to you?
Well, we were just going to sleep, yeah. But I was still
You weren't
awake.
sleeping now. You were checking out thongs.
No, I didn't look, but I thought in my head, and I wrote it down. Like, I grabbed my phone and put this in notes for us to talk about at some point. But I thought, if they did average Joe Bachelor, you got your, let's just use me, 45-year-old dude, bald, got a little gut going on and stuff like that. Those guys need to find girls and stuff too. So why not have one of those? And I thought when she said that about the thong, I'm like, ooh. I'm like, if you had your average Joe Bachelorette, she's walking around with a thong. I mean, how much poop's getting on the back of that thong? I don't know why.
That's
I don't
what you
know-
thought of?
That's exactly. I
I
don't know.
tell you, dude. It seems. Why is poop and farts so funny? I don't understand. I love it, dude. But I see a bachelor wearing it, or did you say bachelorette?
It was a bachelor. Well, it was. It's the show, The Bachelor. But
So
there's
you want
one-
dudes running around in
dude.
their thong?
No, I'm
Now
just
it's
saying
getting
if
weird.
they did
now I
an
really have to put explicit.
average
come on.
Joe Bachelorette.
Oh,
if-
so it'd
if-
be an average.
Average Bachelorette, yeah.
Yeah,
Average Janelle.
that's
I
coming
don't
with a
know.
name, Karen.
Oh, wow. But yeah,
So
No.
yeah, well,
No,
I mean, the
farting
dudes
is
could
way
do it.
fun.
The dudes could do it too. I guess it just looked like a barbed wire fence back there.
Oh, come on. You had a thong when you were a teenager. You know you did.
No, I had a banana
did.
hammock, but it didn't go on my butt crack. I had a banana hammock, dude, but it covered half the cheek.
No.
I bet you did.
I did.
Oh my!
And that's
God.
probably
Was it
why I thought
shiny?
yeah. No, it
Oh, yeah,
was zebra.
Probably, dude, I know it was oh man, Mom. Oh, Mom, I'm sorry.
Fast forward.
Oh
We
my gosh!
slap it up on the
Would you have that thing waxed, bleached, anything like that? Or you
Nope,
just let it,
nope,
just
no.
haired out. That's why you had to get the cheetah one to
No,
hide it.
Zebra.
Or dude, that is 100. Yeah, that's why you couldn't get a shiny one because it would just look weird, dude. Look like you had a caterpillar back there.
It's horrible. But you said
Vinny's
farting is
hairy.
funny.
Vinny's
So, yeah,
hairy.
We went up
guys,
to Provo
just-
a while back, and we had a car full of kids and one of my wife's coworkers, and we were driving around in Provo, and I had control of the locks on the window, and it was horrendous.
dude,
Driving
that
down
is-
Provo, and kids in the back are like, and we finally let them roll down the window. And this is an adult friend.
I feel like that might be child abuse.
It probably was.
Good
'cause
job.
so,
Man, this is really gonna take a hit with the Icedream.
So, dude, Bree finally got her window down, and she was hanging out halfway down the window at a stoplight, and people were just like, "What is going on?" We couldn't stop laughing all the way. It was
Goodness.
horrible. It's the best to have your to be able to be in control of the locks, especially when you're in a car.
Is
you know.
it? That seems
Well, yeah.
enjoyable.
Whatever.
Torturing small
You
children.
do it all the time. We go coyote hunting if we're
But
not in a
you're a
razor.
grown man.
Yeah, well,
No, I dig it, dude. I dig it.
bodily
I like
functions. You don't poop, you die.
This is true. There's more room out there outside than it is
Man,
inside.
body. That's right. That's right.
So yeah,
Oh, dude. I don't know.
that's awesome. That's good times though. All right, so I got a question for you too, and this is for also the listeners too, and comment on it. So I did look up. Remember we were talking about small people,
Little people, yes.
little people, small people. So I guess it is a derogatory term to say midget.
Right.
Didn't used to be, but
Yeah.
it was. Because remember we
Correct.
were talking about that. So I did kind of look up some stuff on that one. Because, well, like we have somebody at the gym that she's really tiny. I shouldn't say she's really tiny. I mean, she's short, and she's got little Burger King hands. So I always tell like Burger King hands. And dude, it's the greatest thing because if you are not, they're all young, right? So they're like in their 20s, mid-20s or whatever, like just pups. So they're like, what? Burger King hands? What is that? Because
Right.
you remember the commercial? And he's like, I can't hold that Whopper. You remember because my hands are so small.
No, I don't
And
remember
they-
that commercial.
Dude, it's a commercial, a Burger King commercial, and they have him holding. He says he doesn't want to go to Burger King and get this burger because it's so big. I don't know if it was the Whopper or whatever.
Most likely.
And then they show him holding it, and he's got these little tiny hands.
Okay.
They're fake, and they're holding
Right.
this burger looks ginormous.
Okay.
So she, so I joke, and she has tiny hands, but she's super short. So I think, and now this I didn't have time to look up, but I believe if you're under 4'9", you can be considered
A little person?
a small person or little person, or
I think it's
You
4'1",
can get-
because I
you
looked
can
it up
get,
for little
like,
Kev.
4'1".
Yeah. I think I looked it up for little Kev one time.
No,
when I
I
was,
I swear it was 4'9".
All
But
right.
either way, there's a certain thing if you're that small, like you can get, I don't know, it's like probably just handicap license
Privileges,
plates, I guess. I
right.
don't know what you get from it, but smaller clothes. I don't know. Discounts at the small clothes
Smaller
store.
clothes, dude.
Yeah.
When Kevin and I
So-
started coyote hunting, he had the hardest time finding thermals that would
So you had to
fit.
go to the kids section. Oh, dude. I'm sorry. That's the one we were talking about, folks, on episodes prior where we said that he was small in stature. Like, we weren't being mean. Like, it's not mean, like, you're just small. But then dwarfs are different. They're disproportionate in size.
Okay.
So
they're the ones that have, like, the waist
they have, like,
up
the bigger
is, like,
torso
normal
or,
size.
like, the bigger head or,
legs
like,
are short.
smaller arms. Yeah, stuff like that. So the reason I bring it up, too, is because I got a story about this. And
I'm waiting. Let's go.
Okay, so we were up at the casinos. And we were in Reno. So there's like a couple of them they're downtown Reno, but they're like combined. They're big, but you don't have to go outside to go to the next one. So they have like the
casinos are conjoined.
Kind of, yeah. They got like a little overpass thing or whatever, like a hallway that you can walk through and do that stuff. So this is back in drinking days. So we were wandering around. They got clubs and stuff in there. And we went down these stairs, and they have like these banquet rooms and stuff in there. So we're just cruising along, checking stuff out. Dude, and I look into this banquet room, and it is full of them. Of just like small people, dwarfs, like just a small gathering. But as I went past it and then turn around and come back, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, this whole banquet thing is full of them. And I'm like, this is, it's not weird that, I'm not gonna say it's weird or anything like that, but like I've seen them before, you know what I mean? And I think there used to be a family in Richfield that was dwarves, and they had like a kid that was like normal size or something. There's some weird, like, there's some phenomena stuff that goes on with that kind of thing, with that whole gene pool thing. But anyways, there's tons of them. There's so many of them going around there, and they're partying, dude. Because then we go back upstairs, and I was just like, man, I can't believe there's like a convention of them. And so they go up there, get up there, and now they're all out, and they're like, they've adjourned or whatever, the thing's over. And so they're all over. They're just like, and it's not like, I don't know how to not make this sound rude or whatever, but it's not. I'm not trying to be at all. I think it was great, and it was awesome, and I'll never forget. But they just are everywhere,
right?
Because it's something that's not the norm. You know what I mean? It would be the exact opposite if you went into there and there was 157-foot tall dudes. Guys and girls, you would be like, good Lord, look at all these tall people. Well, it's the same thing. I'm like, holy cow, look at all these little people. So the guy from Pirates of the Caribbean, the bald one, the little bald guy, he was there. I'm assuming was like one of the spokespersons or was just there or whatever. So we're cruising around, and they're getting drunk. Like, they're partying, dude. Probably like one beer, but anyways, had him a Moscow Mule 1, and we're like, boo, just soused, And this poor lady is cruising along, and she falls down, dude. It's like, she's pretty drunk, and I'm not the smallest of people. Especially now that I felt huge around them, and she biffs it, dude. Her cup hits the ground, falls, like, spills out, and I'm like, oh gosh. So I don't know what to do. I kind of, I'm a firefighter, first responder. Like, what do I do? Like, I got to help her,
Right.
Well, I got to help her up.
Okay.
So I feel like I thought they would be more dense, like heavier. I don't know if I don't mean it in any sort of like rudeness or mean, but I thought that. So I get down and get ready to help this poor lady up, and I pick her straight up off the ground like a 9-month-old baby, dude. Just whoop, feet, hands, nothing is touching the ground, and I just pick her up, and stand her up like a little
Like the giant you
porcelain
are.
doll, dude. I'm like,
Here, let me help you.
yeah, I got you. I was like, oh man, I felt so bad because now I'm just like, I got to go with it. Like I'm committed. I can't just drop her or set her back down and redo it. So up she goes, and I just stand her up like a Chucky doll, just. Burp. And I pick her up, and she's just got her head down. I'm like, ma'am, are you okay? And she's like, oh, gosh, I'm okay. And I'm like, are you sure? And she's like, I'm just embarrassed. I'm like, you ain't got to be embarrassed. Like, hey, you're having a good time. There's nobody seen it. Oh, you're good to go. And she's like, thank you so much. And she was super cool about it. And then she just scurries off. You know, it's like, all right, we're back to, well, I mean, her feet, I don't know, shuffles. Dude, her feet are short. Okay, her legs are short, bro. I don't know. It wasn't really walk. All right, she walked away fast. She has to take a lot of steps to get away.
It looks fast, but it's probably not going.
Yeah, she was moving, dude.
So
yeah.
Brad Williams, he's a comedian. He's a little person, and I think he's in that your description of a dwarf. And he says you will never have a bad day if you come around the corner and you just see a dwarf. You're just like. Your day is like they are just like happy. They just make people happy all the time.
They do, yeah. Especially when you just scoop them up off the ground. Dude, I'm telling you, we just rolled around and would just watch them and be like, hey, you know, and they're like, hey, what's up? Excuse me, sorry, blah blah blah. I mean, they're just like you could just party. It would have been so great, like to get into a group of them.
Oh yeah.
Like and just been like just hang out. Like, you could have I would have partied with them all night, dude. Like, they were having a great time. And there were some of them that were completely sauced, dude. It was rad. I mean, especially she was one of them, too. But there was other ones ripping around. And some of them are super cute. And they're dolled up. And they got their hair all done and makeup. And, like.
Yeah, they're out to party.
Little clothes and jeans. Yeah. And they got, like, their boots on.
What happens in Reno
they're
stays
dancing
in Reno, you know?
Dude, yeah, it was super cool. I'll never forget it. I mean, I was a little nervous on the pickup thing, but.
Well, now you know.
They're not as heavy as you think.
Their weight is proportionate to their
It is, yeah.
size.
You gotta be ready. Be ready for that.
Can't just, wee!
Oof. Clear up off the ground.
Oh, man.
So.
Oh, so.
Yeah, so I think.
Did you do any projects? I got projects. That I did this weekend.
I finished up my shower pan and shower and tiled it, and then am now going to be I guess what would you call it, property manager? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Flapping your gums. I got to get some more of those from you.
Yeah, I got to get some more of them, too. And I think if anybody, once we get that email, that website, or not website, the email set up, we can get some sent out. I know Braxton wants one. He wants two, actually.
Braxton, Wes, some of the guys at the gym and stuff, because they're like, what? You got stickers now? Oh, man. Speaking of farting, dude, you all right?
Your dog going off on you, huh?
He's sleeping over here. He's laying over here. He found the little you got those little pads you stand on, you know, when you're working on concrete.
Yeah.
So he found that one, and he just dropped one on me.
Yeah, we redid our bathroom, our master bathroom. I pulled everything out, put new flooring in, put a new vanity. And I need to ask you this question. We talked about...
We're talking about 85%? Did you do 85%?
No, I'm a little more than 85%.
But he ain't 100.
No, not 100. I still got some caulking to do around the baseboards and rehang the mirror. Caulking.
Caulking.
Yeah. I got some caulking.
Caulking.
But we were talking about, you know, how women just speed around. Like when you're saying they were like, when Tasha would just haul butt through the store and like they
everywhere.
Just go, right? I need to know if there's any other guys out there that have this problem where your wife thinks you can do this project and she's like, oh, let's just do that on a Saturday. Let's just do that this Saturday. And it's like, that's more than a Saturday job. And I don't know if it's because I'm slow or, you know, I just want to make sure I get it done right. But I do have to measure twice and cut once, because even when I do that, I still cut it wrong. But still, my projects take, in my mind, as long as they're going to take, because they're not so small. Like, to me, they're not small. But I don't, like, my wife feels like I think they should be done. Like, oh, it's just laying down some floor, putting in new vanity, and you're good to go. Like, I should be done by lunch. Like, is there, like, do you get any project, do you have that kind of feeling at all?
What are you talking about? To me, or are you talking about the people?
I'm talking to people,
commenting?
you, whatever.
So mine, I guess, I fully understand. I get it. And I guarantee you that it has happened to every man that has ever done his own project, or it will happen to. I think the only thing is they think that, but then once you tell them that it's not that, I think after a few projects maybe, but a time management thing probably comes into play where, like,
Dude.
yeah, they think, oh yeah, just run down to Home Depot, buy all the stuff, and rip this up, slap it in there. But I guess if they're not helping you, they don't quite get the grasp of it. So I have had Tasha help on a couple projects. So, and I mean this in the loosest way of helping on a project. I'll say the 1,000 jobs that I've done, she's helped out in a handful of them, and it has now been like, I'm just not built for labor, because like we've had her out back, like with a shovel, like when I put in all the sprinklers and stuff on this new house,
and getting
with
your lawn ready for grass, right?
She's back there with a trench and shovel, digging out the trench,
right?
Because after I had trenched it, all that stuff, the wind was blowing. I couldn't get out there, so it had blown some stuff in there. And then, of course, you got dogs. They decide they're going to run over and do circles and fight around the trench and just
Fresh
basically
dirt, push it all
bury
back
it back up.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you just got to go through, get all the piles, and she's shovel. So now it's like, yeah, 100%. She'd be like, oh, can we just do this or this? And I'm like, yeah, we'll start Friday and we're finishing Sunday. So just don't plan on anything. So I think once I established the time frame on it, then it's just like that. Like, then she'll be like, hey, what? Now she's just like, hey, if we did this, what do you think? How long do you think? I'm like, oh, we could do that on a Saturday, or yeah, we could do it. Probably almost get it done Saturday, finish it Sunday. Mm-hmm. And she would be like, okay, well, no, because we're going to go do this, or we're going to do, if she has something else planned. But I know, I get it, dude. But it's also, I would say if it was from new, you could do a better time. But you can't say that you're slow. I mean,
well, I'm not saying I'm slow. I'm just saying
because there's times where I know that you
me
hurry.
And her have two different time frames in our brains of how.
But is she that way? Is she that way only on projects, or is she that way in other stuff?
Yeah, pretty much in other stuff. When we first started dating, she wanted to go up north. You know, for us to go up north, we go from Richfield to Provo or whatever, and it's like an hour and a half drive just to get to Provo. And she's got like all these stores that she wanted to go to, and I was like, okay, look, here's how we're going to do it. We're going to start at the closest one and work our way to the farthest one, or we're going to go to the farthest one and work, because the way it was written, I mean, there was like 10 miles north and come 10 miles south and go back 15 miles north.
Vinny's getting all UPS
store.
on her.
Oh, dude, come on. I mean,
but I guess the time if the time management, I could see that if the time management was, and this is probably for whoever's gonna if we get comments or whatever, if the wife's time management is not, like, they try to get all this stuff done in a day and then can't get it done because they're like, I just ran out of time. Or like you look and you're like, you realize that there's no way you could do all this stuff, or we can't go up north and do all this stuff and make it back before stores have even closed. Then when they look at a project, it's the same thing. Their mindset is just the same way. Well, I want to get all this done. So they put A, so we'll just say A to Z, right? A is the start and Z is the finish. And they just put all the alphabet in between it and are like, well, here's what I want to start, and this is the finish. So, yeah, we could do it. They're not. There's no hours. broke down. There's no time frame broke down as in how long it'll take. So then when she's like, oh, man, let's tear out the floor. Let's pull up on the floor, put that down, put some new baseboard on and a new vanity Saturday.
Yeah.
So that's the start. That's what she wants to have done and what the finish is. But the stuff in between is non-existent. So there is those. Then that's where like Tasha's like, oh, what about this? We could do this, this, and this. I'm like, yeah, that's going to take us all the whole weekend.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh.
Well, I mean,
okay,
like
maybe
once
I
you
don't
pull
want
out one vanity, you've got plumbing to deal with, and that's just something. I guess if she did plumbing, yeah, she'd probably know. But
I think
like,
that's where it's at. They don't know. They don't know those projects. You know, if you were to tell them, hey, this might sound very
no, I just have to be like, okay,
but if
I
you were
just
to say, no, I'm saying this might sound chauvinistic as dudes to girls, like, hey, let's go to Costco. And this is the list I need at Costco. I'll bet they could, or whatever store it may be, Lynn's, wherever they grocery shop, or even
somewhere they frequent.
clothing,
Yes.
clothing shopping.
Right.
If you were like, hey, okay, this is what I need to do. I need to put a wardrobe together because I'm going out tonight, and this is what I'm doing. I'll bet they could run you through a clothing store very
45
efficiently,
seconds.
you know, and it would be totally efficient. Be like, all right, well, we got to go to here first. You got to get this. Then you got to go get this so we can match this, and you can pair this up, and you can have this, and then you can do this. And you'd be in and out of there, no problem. But if to do something like that, they don't have no idea. They're like, wait, what? You got to move the toilet? You got to take the vanity out?
If they sent us to the store to go get clothes or go to Costco, that would take us a little longer.
Exponentially longer.
Something that we don't normally do, just like these projects they don't do too.
But I think that's where it comes in, like you said, if they didn't know, if they knew that, if they'd done it before or knew, like when you tore the vanity out, you have to undo all the plumbing, take all the stuff out, put it back together, retape everything, refit everything, do all that stuff. But yeah, hit us up. Let us know if
your project times. We gotta come up with.
Because dude, I'll tell you,
clock.
YouTube is not. You can't do that, or Pinterest or whatever they're looking at when they're looking at Pinterest and be like,
it's a 30-second TikTok. Look, they got their closet done.
They're
It's
like,
wait,
oh
what?
hey, oh like I felt bad too because so Tori was hitting me up. What's up, Tori? I'm gonna call you out on this one. So, because she's the one that said about the endorphins when it was like, oh, Vinny gets the endorphins pumping, and then on the build, and then it wears out by the end because she's the same way.
100%.
She gets a project going. Once a project's excited and starts going, then it gets longer, and then she like fizzles out. So she's always like just getting on to the next one. So she was showing me what she wants to do with this tile because I was working like 4 houses down from theirs.
Right.
On the one where I ripped the pan out and retiled it and stuff. And so she wants to do something with their bathroom. So she's looking on, of course, let's say this Pinterest thing.
Pinterest.
And she's
Pinterest.
like, look, they just screeded it. And just like, they mortared the whole thing. It left the tile and everything in there and mortared this whole thing.
Over the tile?
And scraped it. Yep, scraped it all down, sealed it, and repainted it. So it looks like an old concrete shower block type thing. It looks cool. And she's like, I want to do that to ours. I go, can't. She's like, oh, yeah. I go, you have to take all the tile out. And she's like, no, they did all the same tile. And so this is where I hate to be the bad guy, but I'm like, what? No way. They took it off. And so she goes, no, look. She shows it, and it's like, she's like, it's super quick. And they wrote the times down, and I'm like, that's not, maybe for them, that they probably have done it 100 times.
Right.
And I go, you can't do it. She's like, what? Yeah, they did it on theirs. I go, theirs is rough tile. It's like that.
Right.
Azteca.
Right.
Is that what it is? Azteca
like
tile
rock.
Or something.
Basically
it's
just
like
rock.
So it's all rough, gritty,
porous,
and all that. And they could just scrape that on their stick, and theirs is all smooth finished high gloss tile. I'm like, it's
porcelain.
just gonna fall off. Like you're just gonna have gray smear. And she's like, oh, and then I had to ruin it for her because I was like, sorry, like you can't do that. She's like, gosh dang it. She's all mad at me. But it would have been cool, except you got the wrong tile.
Well, Tori, just go get some cement bits and just screw up a bunch of little thin cement board over the top of your tile, and then just go from there.
Yeah, you could put that, huh? Put some backer board up.
Just put backer board over it. You just got to make sure you hit the studs.
I think she wants to rip the tub out and like make it bigger.
Yeah.
And then make the sink and stuff bigger. So
we can
basically,
get that done in a weekend.
Rip all the tile. I'm pretty sure you get it done on Saturday.
On Saturday.
Just run down to Lowe's, get it ripped. Yeah, yeah. You got it. You would have to get it done on Saturday. Her should just be over it. Go on the next one.
It's Sunday.
No, I'm just kidding, Tori. We love you.
Just gotta watch NASCAR.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I think that's about all we got. I mean, everybody just keep following on us. We're going to try to get some stickers going. Like I say, flappingyourgums@yahoo.com. I'll try to get that email set up. I'll probably just try to do that tomorrow.
And I should have a grip of stickers this week.
Yeah, start doing some stickers up, and we can kind of start handing those things out. I know there's a few guys here that want some of that stuff, but yeah, I think that's all. I think that's all I had for one. I had a couple other things, but we'll just save them for the next one. So that way we can. Well, get this one done through, but no, I'm enjoying it. It was a good time. We're a little long out, so we apologize for that. We did have some technical errors too, which is we're new on that aspect of trying to get that stuff to work, but that didn't really. I don't know what happened, but either way, doesn't matter. We got her now, so thanks for listening. Go check us out. Pandora, Amazon Music, Applecast, and Spotify. And then the YouTube. Jump on that YouTube so you guys check out that video of the Icedream. The old Hesse War Wagon, now Icedream, slinging the ice creams.
That's right.
It'll be
all right,
out.
brother.
It'll be coming to you this summer, guys. As soon as that weather changes, we'll be getting Icedreams out. May have to do like a remote one. That'd be cool.
Get
remote
you a little
podcast. Nah, that'd be like super annoying. Probably just ice cream music blaring the whole time. But at least we'll shoot some video of that one and be able to drop it on it. So that'd be cool.
Yeah.
All right, bro.
We definitely do that.
We will. We got work tomorrow, so.
Yeah, when you come in March, we can actually, well, depending on how long you're here before you take off, we could actually maybe try to set up a podcast where we're together for one of them real quick.
Oh yeah, for sure. We'll be there. We'll be there for that first day for a few, for half a day or whatever before we got to leave.
Right.
To go up to the airport. So, yeah, we could easily get something together, I think. We'll just bring the laptop.
Sounds good.
All right. Okay, cool,
all right,
man. Good shots.
Talk to you tomorrow.
All right, we'll shout at you tomorrow. Love you, bro.
Okay, love you.
Later.
See ya.
Peace.
Bye.